What's up, KFG crew and KFG Kings? This your boy bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I will give you guys my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I go live on YouTube or premiere a brand new video. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I gotta say. So we're kicking things off with the first match card, the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship, El Toro Blanco Rush versus John Moxley. This was a good match. This match was good. All right, it says Rush defeated his brother Dragon Lee at this past weekend's AEW Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view. This is the first time Moxley and Rush have been in the ring together. Rush attacks Moxley as he was making his entrance and throws him into the barricade. All right, throw him to the barricade. Rush rolls Moxley in the ring, puts the boots to him in the corner. Rush whips Moxley into the opposite corner and hits a clothesline and a splash, followed by a basement dropkick before putting the champ in a sleeper. He starts biting Moxley's head to Moxley rolling back out to the floor. Rush slams Moxley into a chair at ringside, and Moxley's forehead is busted open. Rush starts rubbing Moxley's blood on himself as he slams him into the barricade repeatedly. Rush tries to hit Moxley with a chair, but Moxley moves out of the way and then hits a top suicide, slamming Rush into the barricade as he was taunting the crowd. Moxley suplexes Rush on the floor and headbutts Rush repeatedly, followed by slamming him into the ring steps. In the ring, Moxley stands on Rush's face in the corner, and then they exchange shots. Rush hits a super kick and a snap power slam for a near fall. Rush gets in the referee's face before turning his attention back to the champ. He chokes Moxley on the ropes and drags him back out to the floor, where he choked Moxley with a camera cable. So we go to commercial break. All right, back from the break, Moxley hits a superplex off the top. Both men are down and gets back to their feet at the same time, leading to another exchange of strikes. Moxley ends the sequence with a big King Kong lariat, but when he goes for another one, Rush avoids it and hits a snap German. Moxley gets out of a submission and stomps Rush's face. He goes up top, but Rush catches him and goes for a superplex, only for Mox to bite him and knocks him off. Jones distracts the referee, allowing Andrade to run down and catches Moxley on the top. Lucha Brothers run down and chase Andrade and Jones through the crowd. Moxley rolls Rush up for a near fall. Moxley hits another King Kong lariat, but Rush comes back with a leaping knee. He hits a straight jacket pile driver, but Rush still managed to kick out. Rush goes for the bull's horn, but Moxley moves and puts him in a rear naked choke. Rush escapes but misses a dropkick and eats the death rider. 1-2 no. Rush kicks out. Moxley immediately locks in a rear naked choke and transitions into the bulldog choke for the submission. The winner and still your interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion, John Moxley. All right, let's move on. It says Rush has a reputation of not wanting to look weak and not wanting to do jobs. So getting him a top where he was surprising Rush is at his best and brawls, and so is Moxley. And this match fit them perfectly. It was super physical and entertaining the whole way through. So let's move on. That match was good. The Jericho Appreciation Society comes out and Jericho congratulates him on beating Rush. He says Moxley has been on a roll, but the roll has been on place in comparison to the roll. Jericho Appreciation Society is on. He says Daniel Garcia is going to kick in Brian Daniels' head, and Sammy Guevara is going to annihilate Dante Martin. Anna Jay says she is the new Anna Jay, calling herself Anna JAS. And calls herself the sexiest and the toughest woman in AEW. She says she choked out everyone in the arena. Jericho says that is the kind of intensity and he had when Eddie Kingston brutalized him. He says his nose is broken and talks about the barbed wire and says that he will beat Moxley and get his title back. He says that he is dominating demanding his rematch for the title and challenged him for the title in 2 weeks on Dynamite. Moxley says he used to look up to Jericho, but he hates him. He says in his own way he's the GOAT in wrestling, but he's so sick of all this sports entertainment crap and calls it pathetic. He says this isn't the World Entertainment Championship of the Galaxy and says it's the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. And if he has the balls to get in the ring with Moxley alone, he got the match. He says he doesn't want the Wizard or the champion or anything else. He wants to see the guy from Super J Cup. He wants Lionheart. If I'm going to defend this title, I want the survivor of the dragon, of the Heart Dragon. I want the Lionheart Jericho. Moxley says. All right, let's move on. Escobar introduced the beautiful new AEW Trios champion, which will be crowned at All Out. AEW All Out. Let's move on. So we get backstage. Dante Martin says that Sammy Guerrero can't hack it on the roster anymore, and that's why he went crawling back to Jericho. He says he'll have Sky Blue in his corner tonight to counter Tay Conti. So we get the FTW champion, Absolute Ricky Starks versus Donna Hudson. This was a quick match. Starks got a special introduction video before he come out. Donna Hudson surprised Starks with a pump kick and Northern Lights suplex for two. He went for a La Magistro cradle, but Starks kicks him and goes for the spear. Don Hudson sidesteps it and Starks hits the turnbuckles. Starks sells the neck and Don Hudson rolls him up for two, but Starks comes right back with the spear for the pin. The winner is still your FTW champion, Ricky Starks. Starks continues to grab his neck, but he says he got plenty left in the tank and asks for another challenge, which is accepted by Hook. So we get the FTW championship, absolute Hook. I'm sorry, absolute Ricky Starks versus Hook. Now this match was quick too. So Starks gets in Hook's face and Hook nails him with a series of body shots, followed by a pump handle suplex. Starks comes back with a series of strikes and a back suplex. He goes for a hip toss, but Hook flips onto his feet and goes for the Camino. Starks counters and spears the you know what out of Hook. Starks goes for the Rochambeau, but Hook escapes into the red room. Starks tries to roll through, but Hook hangs on and Starks taps. Starks fist bumps Hook after the match. The winner in your new FTW championship, Hook, as you can tell the thumbnail by Hook wins the FTW champion. You see the thumbnail. But anyway, let's move on. That match was quick too. All right. It says this may have legitimately been the most entertainment match I ever seen under 5 minutes. The crowd was hot as you know what, and they did a ton in that short sequence with the finish playing into the previously match as well. Taz being on commentary was cool as well. So we'll go to commercial break. Tony Schiavone interviews Ricky Starks and questions his decision to do the second match. Ricky Starr says he is no stranger to losing, and he says that he was given the title when everyone said it was a noise, and he brought it back to premises. He says that he turned Cole into a diamond and says he exceeded all expectations. Ricky Starr says people in the back tell him to be patient and wait his turn, but he doesn't want to hear that anymore. He says his God, he said his guy, you know what time is right now. Ricky Starr says he doesn't want people to say he had a string of bad luck before he can say anything else. Hobbs clotheslines him. Hobbs hits a spine buster. So, with that being said, Hobbs just turned on Ricky Starr, so Ricky Starks is a babyface now. All right, let's move on. So we get the Spanish guy, Sammy Guerrero, accompanied by Tay Conti versus Dante Martin, accompanied by Scott Blue. All right, this match. Um, this was a decent match. I must say this was decent. Sammy and Martin speed things up right off the bat with some great counters. Sammy gets in the better of the opening sequence with a drop kick, and he taunts Martin. Martin leapfrogs Sammy twice and hits a drop kick of his own. Sammy blindsides Martin and throws him into the floor, but as Sammy went for a dive. Martin leaped back in the ring. Martin kicks Sammy and goes for a dive of his own. Only the moonsault back into the ring as Sammy dove back into the ring to avoid a dive. Sammy decides he has enough and starts walking up the ramp, only for Martin to blindside him and shoves him off the ramp. Martin dives off the stage with the insane somersault, plancha onto Sammy. Commercial break. Martin backdrops Sammy over the top to the floor, and Martin goes for a springboard plancha, but eats a flying knee for Sammy Guerrero in midair. Sammy Guerrero hits the Fosbury flop onto Martin on the floor. In the ring, Sammy hits a standing Spanish fly for two. Guerrero goes for the GTH, but Martin escapes and gets a backslide for two. Guerrero missed the knee strike, and Martin backflips over the and charging Guerrero Guerrero before hitting a reverse suplex for two. Martin goes for the nose dive, but Guerrero leaps up to the top and catches him. Guerrero attempts a superplex, but Martin lands on his feet and hits a Spanish fly as Guerrero charges at him for two. Martin hits a sit out half Nelson slam for two. Martin goes for the nose dive again, but Sammy Guerrero sidesteps him and hits the semi cutter off the top. Sammy hits the GTH for the pin. The winner of the match, Sammy Guerrero. That match itself was decent. Sammy Guerrero continues to be on Martin until Scott Blue gets between them. Tay Conti and Blue get in each other's spaces, and Anna Jay runs out and attacks Blue. She and Conti beat her down onto Ruby Soho. Ortiz and Eddie Kingston run them off. Alright, backstage, Daniel Garcia taunts Danielson, asking him if he been playing in his garden the first 2 months, while Garcia has been busting his in the ring. He says that he's going to send Brian Danielson back to his garden tonight. So we get commercial break. Backstage, Jay Lethal says that Samoa Joe beat him with a legal choke at the pay-per-view, but says he doesn't want to talk about that anymore. He says they have some unfinished business with best friends. They walk up and says they're free on Friday and challenge them to a match itself for Sanjay because they say they know he doesn't have it anymore. Sanjay gets pissed and accepts the match and then freaks out when they walk away, asking what what he just did. Sanjay hasn't wrestled since 2017. Alright, so we go to Tony Schiavone interview Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus in the ring. Jungle Boy calls Christian the biggest you know what he's ever met and says that he and Luchasaurus made him to most relevant he been in his career. He says he didn't get what Christian was so angry about at first, and he said and he didn't believe his reason about eliminating Christian in the Battle Royal years ago, and says that he realized that the real reason he was upset because he needed the money from that win because his wife had just divorced his you know what. Jungle Boy revealed that Luchasaurus side with Christian because he was protecting Christian before Jungle Boy because he wants to be the one to take him out. Jungle Boy starts talking about burying his dad, but Christian appears on the screen and cuts him off. Christian says that Luchasaurus' future will have been nothing but gold, but by his side, but he threw it all away to be Jungle Boy's lapdog. He says he ran away because he was scared of what he would do to Jungle Boy if he stayed. He says he hasn't seen anything yet and says he will put him in a body bag and won't have to worry about him disrespecting his dad further anymore because he'll be riding beside him. He says that he knows all Jungle Boy secrets and now he'll prey on his weakness. All right. So last week, so Jungle Boy turned heel and joined Christian. What was the point about Luchasaurus turning back babyface? That ain't make any sense. So Luchasaurus went from heel to babyface last week. That was last week on AEW, but that didn't make any sense. But anyway, let's move on. In the back, the Young Bucks are told about the trio's titles backstage, and they walk up on Hangman before they can start talking. Dark Order walks up, and they separate. So we get a handicap match. Swerve Strickland and so we get a handicap match. Swerve Strickland versus Tony Nese and and Smart Mark Sterling. Okay. So this was a quick match. Swerve brawls with Tony Nese on the outside and then goes for a dive, but Sterling hits him from behind, allowing Tony Nese to slam him onto the apron. Commercial break. Tony Nese has Swerve on a body scissors until Swerve punches his way out of it. Sterling distracts him again, allowing Tony Nese to hit him from behind. Tony Nese misses a clothesline and Swerve pump kicks him into Nese, forcing a tag. Swerve hits a flying elbow on to Nese in the corner, followed by a diving uppercut to the back of the seated Nese. Um, Swerve tosses Tony to the apron and super kicks him in the face, causing him to hang upside down, where he eats a slingshot stomp. Swerve chases Sterling into the ring and hits a flying back kick for the pin. The winner of the match, Swerve Strickland. That was a quick match. In the back, Keith Lee has been laid out by former ROH star Josh Wood, who Tony Nese has been scouting. Swerve sees it on the screen and Tony Nese hits him from behind with one of the tag titles. Malachi Black and Brody King cut a promo on Miro and Darby Allin. What's his name again? King challenged Darby Allin to a coffin match. Okay, so it says Brody King. Brody King challenged Darby Allin to a coffin match. Highlights of Pac defeating the All Atlantic title in England against Connor Mills last week is shown. Commercial break. So we get the AEW Women's Championship. Thunder Rosa versus Miyu Yamashita. This was a good match. Good match. Yamashita pinned Rosa in Japan for the TJPW early this month to earn this title shot. Rosa and Yamashita mad wrestle to start things off, and then they speed things up with some arm drags and counters they exchange. Near fall and eventually come to a stalemate and stare each other down. Thunder Rosa kick Yamashita, but she blocks an uppercut and backdrops Thunder Rosa over the top. She charged at Rosa, but Thunder Rosa catches her with a knee in midair and drags her to the apron where she goes for a suplex only for Yamashita to escape and sweep her leg. Yamashita missed a punt kick and Thunder Rosa hits her on the floor. Thunder Rosa slams her into the barricade and throws her onto the apron. Yamashita bounces off the apron into a flying back kick. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Thunder Rosa hits a corner drop kick and drapes Yamashita across the ropes and drop kicks her. Thunder Rosa hits another flying drop kick followed by a Northern Light suplex for two. Thunder Rosa t- goes to the top, but Yamashita kicks her off the top. They exchange elbows until Yamashita hits a roundhouse kick. She hits a flying knee, but Thunder Rosa catches her with a Kazadora attempt only to eat a wheelbarrow suplex from Yamashita for two. Yamashita hits a springboard flying back kick and then the skull kick for two. Yamashita goes for the fireman's carry, but Thunder Rosa rolls her up for two. Yamashita reverses into a near fall for her own, and then hits a spinning head kick followed by a spinning back kick. Yamashita goes for a shining wizard, but Thunder Rosa moves and hits a flying knee. Thunder Rosa hits a roundhouse kick and then fire Thunder Driver for the pin. The winner is still your AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa. That was a good match. So we get the commercial. So we go to commercial break. So we get the main event of the evening: American Dragon Brian Danielson versus Red Death Daniel Garcia. All right, this main event. I'm gonna say this main event was pretty good, pretty good main event. This is Danielson's first match since he suffered a concussion at Double or Nothing. Garcia tried to attack Brian Danielson but eats a bunch of kick for his troubles. Danielson hits a flying drop kick in the corner and then backdrops Garcia to the floor. Danielson hits a toe suicide, knocking Garcia into the barricade. Danielson throws Garcia into the ring post and rolls him back in the ring, where Garcia immediately elbows him over and over. Danielson mounts Garcia and hits some nasty elbows to Garcia. Garcia answers with some uppercuts and hits a Hangman's neck breaker for one. Garcia throws Dragon to the floor and then whips him into the barricade. Garcia pulls the padding up around ringside and eats a flying forearm from Danielson. Danielson hits a series of kicks and then drop kicks Garcia into the barricade in the ring. Danielson hits a missile drop kick, but Danielson sells it like he hurt himself on the landing. Garcia realizes Danielson is hurt and immediately starts elbowing him in the face. Garcia whips Danielson in the corner, but he backflips out, only then collapses in the ring. The referee checks on Danielson, but he rolls to the floor, and Garcia follows him, throws him into the ring steps. Garcia DDTs Danielson on the floor, on the concrete. Commercial break. The referee keeps checking on Danielson, but he keeps fighting, and Garcia continues to onslaught. His head is busted open, forearm the DDT on the outside. Danielson keeps trying to fight back, but collapses each time, and Garcia goes to town on him. Garcia chokes Danielson in the ropes and rakes at the cut on his forehead. Garcia lifts Danielson up to the top rope and goes for a superplex. But Danielson escapes and catches Garcia on the top. Danielson hits a back superplex, but Danielson again sells it like he hits he said on the landing. Danielson and Garcia exchange strikes, with the Dragon getting the better of it sequence. Danielson hits the yes kick and caps it off with a buzz out kick. Danielson falls down again, but gets back up, goes for the arm and tap stomps, only for Garcia to grab his arm and pulls him into a rear naked choke. Danielson fights up to his feet, but rolls backwards into the cattle mutilation. Um, Garcia fights it off, and Danielson hits Tiger Suplex for 2. Danielson elbows Garcia in the face, but Garcia grabs his arm and reverses it, hitting a series of elbows of his own. Danielson fights him off and hits elbows before hitting a cradle suplex for 2. Danielson goes for a flying knee, but eats a lariat from Garcia and a brainbuster for 2. Garcia goes for a sharpshooter, but Danielson rolls him up for 2. Danielson and Garcia exchange strikes until Danielson hits a flying knee. Danielson goes for the label lock, but Garcia immediately gets to the ropes to break the hold. He rolls to the floor, but eats a flying knee off the apron from Dragon. Back in the ring, Danielson gets gets grabbed it by someone under the ring, allowing Garcia to hit the pile driver. Garcia locks in the sharpshooter. Danielson passes out. The winner of the match, Daniel Garcia, and the person that grabbed Danielson's leg is revealed as Jake Hager. So Jake Hager grabbed Brian Danielson's leg. But anyway, and AEW Dynamite goes off the air. All right, I must say that main event match was pretty good. That was a pretty good match. But anyway, AEW Dynamite was a good show. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, or before that, if you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite, because AEW Dynamite was a good show. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I go live on YouTube or premiere a brand new video. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok and Twitch and Discord down below in the description. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. This your boy, bigboyfactsjonnytv. Kept your crew, kept your kings. Too sweet. We out here. Gang. And I will see you guys tomorrow live on Twitch for some WWE 2K22. And I'm out of here. Gang.